Whole Foods. The reason why you may find it hard to be around somebody of a quote-unquote lower vibration, or somebody that's not at that same place that you are on your spiritual path, is because you're not. It's still kind of a form of being judgmental to a certain extent, where you got to be able to see the light within everybody. Of course, if you just look at the visuals, what I'm saying, of what you see in front of you on a physical level, that person may, have clothes that's torn, or be sleeping outside, or, do certain things where you may, again, like looking from a judging standpoint on a physical level, like, yeah, you may be staying backish, but you got to see that light within. A part of that Christ consciousness and that Buddha nature, in essence, is to see that light within everybody, you know what I'm saying? And in essence, that's how a lot of people would get healed, quote unquote, with the little Jesus situation. But, it's like seeing the light within somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But also getting to being like the Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva is basically like a Buddha, or I haven't say like a Buddha in essence, but just that person. But from the Zen practices and the way they explain it, it's like the Buddha that overstands to be of the, of the physical world and of the, quote unquote, non-physical world too, because it's like having a knowledge of like a nirvana and connecting to those high vibrations, but at the same time coming down, to earth or Malkuth, or, in the physical vibration, in order to, again, to see that light within others, and to help others, find that light within, That's why I always say it's a choice, however you vibe with it. Some people feel better to just meditate, like, say for instance on the Buddhist Tibetan tip, where, just go in the mountains and you just meditate and live all your existence just, in the mountains meditating. You could do work from that because you're doing work in the astral planes, But then you got some, quote unquote, beings or Buddhas, from the context of what I'm talking about. You got some Buddhas that, connect with that high vibration, reach that state of nirvana, but doesn't stay in it all the time. Where it's like, all right, meditate, catch that nirvana, get that bliss, but then back into the regular world, living and playing the game, in essence. Basically, like a Bodhisattva is like an example of somebody that knows how to connect with their higher self, knows how to connect with those high vibrations, but then still paying bills and, clowning with family and doing all these, the things in the world that would be considered, well, that's not high vibrational, that's not spiritual. The Bodhisattva, or that energy of that Christ energy, sees the light in everything, even in the physical world, So that's just something to, to take in, where having that balance, having that connection, but playing the game. That's one of my little affirmations, in essence, is just like making sure I always resonate, like, I am source, I am God, I'm everything in the universe. And at the same time, always too, like, I'm playing a game as well, though I'm in this physical matrix playing a game. So it's always remembering that, I am something higher, but at the same time, I'm in this physical being, and I'm gonna play this game as well, But the Bodhisattva is basically, Sattva, Bodhisattva. If I'm mistaken, that's how you spell it. And two, I'm just sharing it from this perspective, but just in generally, I guess to show how, even in the Zen practice, they speak on, balancing that spiritual realm with the physical realm, being in the world but not of it, in essence, still maintaining that high vibration. So that's one of the, just one of the examples from a Buddha perspective. But definitely about that balance, And again, however you choose to, deal with it. You can go in the mountains and, meditate and, just stay there and, reach your nirvana and connect to the collective conscious, connect to the astral planes and, help in that manner. And that's another thing too. It's not our job to help others anyway. So again, because I remember in my old videos, I kind of had that vibe of like, which I always would say, you can work from the mountains and all that too. But I kind of had that little underlying vibe of like, if you're doing that type of meditation, you basically worthless to the raising of vibrations. But that's not true, of course. Like, because another thing again, it's not none of our job to like, hey, let me save humanity. No, you save humanity by saving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest will fall in place. And whatever you feel inclined, or should I say inspired, in spirit, you feel inspired to take action on a certain thing that may be helping somebody, then cool, you know what I'm saying? You were inspired by higher self to take action in a certain situation, but, not feeling like that guilty vibe. That's where it's truly like not feeling like you're obligated to the point where you feel guilty if you're not helping people all the time. And that's where you want to get away from that vibe, programming your subconscious to know that you're not here to be of course you have like certain vibrations, certain energies, certain gifts that you are here to use to share with others, to share as a gift, how can I say, using that gift in the service of others, but not feeling obligated to be in the service of others. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. It's like if I know I'm psychic, or if I know I'm a medium or whatever, of course I'm gonna get my own insights, but that's also for me to, can help others get insights, and talk to certain people from the quote unquote unseen realms, instead of just sitting there and it being just for myself, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, not feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna and see, that's that whole vibration, because I just thought about it when I said, like, it's almost like I'm gonna go to hell if I don't, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as that construct, like, I'm gonna go to hell, or something bad gonna happen if I don't sit here and obligate myself to helping people 24/7. It's like, nah, people are in certain situations too, because they gotta help themselves. It took me a while to realize, like, these people on the street, no matter how bad their situation look, from the eyes, that I shouldn't have pity and feel sorry, because in essence, they in that situation from their own actions or lack thereof. Their own actions or lack of action. So it is what it is. Of course, sometimes you'll have that vibe to help out in some way, form, or fashion. But again, it's not out of feeling obligated, like, like, oh, I just have to do the, you know what I'm saying? Or else I'm going to, have this consequences of frying in hell or whatever, and that's not the case, But definitely about finding that balance, being that BodhiSattva, shining that light. But that's what I was talking about too. Like, reason why you may find it hard to converse with certain people, and that be the difference too in that Christ energy and levels to the game, as far as like some people claiming to be, and which to each his own. I'm not the police of spirituality. I should fall back on that, but it's just that vibe of like feeling like that vibrational snobbishness, like, well, I just have to be around people, that's vibrating in the same vibration as me or higher at all times. Like, I should never deal with nobody on a lower vibration than me, and that's one of the most, furthest from the case, especially with being a shaman. Part of the shaman energy is, because basically, in essence, you can look at the shaman energy just like the bodhisattva energy. It's like connecting to that nirvana, to that bliss, but then also coming in the physical and showing others the way. Not feeling obligated on some overzealous crusader, trying to help on that manner, but just allowing people, help others see the light within themselves, But if you're being vibrational snobbish, you're not going to reach those people who are on a lower vibration than you. You know what I'm saying? You're not even going to reach out to help those. So you're only going to be, in essence, just be around people that are like you, in essence, that don't really, need that help, in essence. Like, if I'm around somebody that meditates and all that, like me, then my words and stuff like that, of course, we could bounce different perspectives off each other and iron to sharpen iron to a certain extent on that level, but it would really help somebody that's down and out on the street, or somebody that's dealing with a certain struggle within their life or whatever, and would need that light. Just somebody to just remind them that that light exists within them, But if you making sure you only around a certain type of person, that's on a certain level, you basically serving no purpose, And it's a balance, It's like serving that purpose, but at the same time not feeling obligated to help the whole world, 'cause that's not your job. You help the whole world by saving your world. Let your cup run it over, and then you can fill other people's cups up. But if you're running around, I gotta save the world, and you're not replenishing your cup, you know what I'm saying? Then just gonna be dried up and not being able to help anybody, It's something to share. That's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now is to vibrate. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Shout out to Whole Foods. You see it. Matter of fact, there's no good or bad or wrong or right. You say like Whole Foods, they doing all this stuff with Amazon and this and that and this. I mean, whatever. It's one of the better places to get food from, Of course, you could critique and which I do my best on, where I spend my money at. Like, they got this co-op, matter of fact, shout out to my sister, Miss Olympia, in the co-op store. She's on the board at the co-op store in Santa Monica out here in California, but there's a co-op store where basically the owners of the store are the board members in essence. So it's basically the people own the store, which is a pretty cool concept. So I like to spend money in places like that, you know what I'm saying? But again, there's nothing wrong or it's evil or this, like, I'm around this area. Whole Foods is the how can I say, the healthiest store within this area I'm in. So that's where I'm, gonna spend my little energy at, quote unquote money. That's it. Peace and blessings, y'all. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. Right now is the time to make the change. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow you're gonna say, tomorrow I'm gonna do it. And when tomorrow comes, you're gonna be like, man, tomorrow I'm gonna do it. Then tomorrow I'm gonna do it. Then tomorrow I'm gonna do it. Right now, and I think to myself with dealing with the music vibe, it's like, I could talk about it, but it's about doing it. It's about just putting the mic in front of my face and making a song, and stop talking about it.